right, once again, this is another episode of the Entreprenudist Podcast, the place to hear real entrepreneurs and business owners bear it all. And if you are listening to this on one of our audio platforms, don't forget to check out the show notes to where you can see this visual, lovely images of myself and my guests. Currently, we are at the RH Rooftop in St. John's Town Center. Beautiful place. Yes, and great food. And of course, if you check out the video, you'll be able to see that. And today's video is sponsored by Wolf Strongholds, a wealth protection company. If you need estate planning, business exit planning, retirement planning, employee benefits, make sure you reach out to Wolf Strongholds. It ain't strong if it ain't Wolf. One thing that is not the first time, but multiple times, we've known each other for over a decade now. I want to introduce my guest. Please tell people, who are you and what do you do?
What's up, everybody? My name is Samir, president of Public Trust Mortgage, and we're pretty much a mortgage company that just helps keep people in touch with what's going on in the banking world and the real estate world as well.
How long have you been doing that?
Man, I've been in mortgage since 1996, brother. It's been a hot minute.
That's a minute. That's almost 20 years now.
30.
Almost 30 years. Almost 3 decades.
Dude, my clients' kids are calling me now for loans.
Wow.
It's crazy, bro.
Wow. Is there nothing that you know now that you wish you knew when you first started?
That's a great question. I think I'll probably tell myself to keep going no matter what. That's the first thing. There is no easy road. Believe me, I've tried a few of those. They don't work out. There's only one road. It's the hard one. It's the hard one. And yeah, man, just try to spend as much time with the kids as possible because they grow up fast.
So it sounds like you're saying at one point you thought there was an end in sight. You were going to make enough money to quit.
Yes. Well, that and like things got hard in 2008. I left, came back. Like those are all things you just have to just work through. If I was able to tell myself back then, just work through them because I'd be a lot further in life. That's the first thing. And second, you don't get anywhere by quitting because I just love doing this and I'm not going to stop.
Oh, okay. Just like you said, you thought that there was an end in sight, and then you realized that not that you had to keep going, but it was inevitable.
Absolutely.
When you have that mindset.
And every time every single time I've ever said it will be easier to do this, and I did it, it wasn't. I'm telling you, it just wasn't. Even down to starting my own company, like I have my own branch of another company. I was like, it's gonna be easier if I do that. And then like 2 years later, they cut the marketing funding. I'm like, crap. Then I gotta start my own company. Like it never ends. The cycles never end. So just go after whatever you believe in and stand on it. Just keep going. Don't stop.
Absolutely. And there's a clever way to not stop when it comes to sales. Like just like I said, you got to hit that problem head on.
Yeah.
So are you the type of person when you meet a new prospect to where you say all the bad stuff up front, or do you wait for it to happen then you address it? How do you address that?
No, dude, I say the same thing to every prospect for the past 25 years. Same thing. I tell them who I am, introduce myself, and then I thank whoever referred me the referral, and I tell them how the process works. I guide them through the process, and then I tell them how to start the process, and I execute it.
Okay, so since you're saying the same thing, does that mean that nothing has changed in the mortgage industry?
Well, I mean, the process changed, but the format's the same.
Okay, explain.
So 20 years ago, I couldn't send you a link, and then you go apply. Now I can. So 20 years ago, I would say fax me your information. Fill out this application. Let me help you fill out the application, and I would do it by hand on the computer. But now I can send you a link or a QR code, you scan it, and you can fill it out yourself and upload all your stuff right through your phone.
Okay.
You couldn't do that 20 years ago.
So that makes the process smoother.
So whatever makes the process smoother. My point is, I just tell you what the process is currently. So the format of my call is the same. It's just the words are different because the process might have changed.
Okay. Do you like the ease of getting the documents now?
All day. I mean, if you're not doing business digitally, you're doing something wrong. I'm telling you, right? Like you will fail.
Yeah.
Like I talk to people all the time that are in business, and like I don't know, they don't have social media. Like how are you surviving in business with no social media right now? Unless you cater to 10 rich people. And you don't need any more rich people, I don't see how...
Family office.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't see how you don't have social media. And the only reason why I say that is because everybody's on their phone. If you're not on their phone, they don't even trust you. So I mean, I'm just being honest.
Oh yeah, and that's an interesting thing that you just said, because in my industry, you know, dealing with retirement planning, estate planning, that sort of thing, prior to COVID, people wanted to look you in your eye before they gave you their personal information and all of that stuff. Now, I have customers I've never met in person. Is that the same for you?
100%. I even have a digital business card. I just tap your phone, it captures your data. So right now, we're in the data age where data will beat deals. Because if you have data, you'll get deals. If you have no data, you won't get deals. So the customer's information is more important than the actual deal itself. Right? Because you can nurture that information and get multiple deals over time. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So before, like, if you didn't write it down and catalog it or whatever, now there's a CRM, it captures the information, and the AI will touch more people in a millisecond than you can in a lifetime. So over time, it's like they buy a house, they'll send them like happy birthday, happy Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, happy Easter, happy all that stuff, and then when they buy the next house, they still know who you are, they still have your contact, right? And then they'll come to you again because of the AI work that you've done, because you kept their data. So that, and I learned that, so like so I'll tell you, I have a 25, a 19, and a 2-year-old. And the first 2 kids I have, my first wife, and my wife now, who we have the 2-year-old, I realized that with her, especially because she's just 6 years younger than me, but she's still a generation lower, right? So on her phone, when the baby was born, every 6 months, the baby needs new clothes and new stuff, right? Amazon would ping her like for every week. Do you want it? 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 We would go to Target, Walmart. We would go everywhere. Okay. She wouldn't buy a thing until that kid could fit those clothes or get in that stroller and hit buy on her Amazon. And that's when I realized how powerful your phone is now. People don't go to stores like that no more. It's just not. Some people just don't want to do that, right? When I busted my ankle, I discovered Instacart. Instacart, you can order groceries
instantly,
and it gets delivered to you. You don't do
from a cart.
Now I just go to the grocery store as a field trip with the 2-year-old. I don't need it. You know what I mean? But I've been ordering online gifts since 2006. You know, because I don't understand why people go to the malls and walk around for Christmas. I just get a list, go on Amazon and Walmart.com, buy everything, get it delivered, and I just go about my business.
Oh yeah, I buy all of my Christmas gifts on Black Friday.
Yeah.
All of them on Amazon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Done.
Yeah, and then you get like half off or whatever. I remember the people were like sleeping over for like the new PlayStation.
Yeah.
They're sleeping outside, or like the new Wii. You're a little too young for that, but like, I don't even remember that, right? People
I
sleeping
remember
outside of Walmart.
Yeah, I remember
they're
that.
Putting the tents up.
Yeah, we're from a different time.
I'm like, yo.
Because it used to be, because the sales used to be all at once. You know, now they spread them out for the people who still want to go.
Well, Walmart has your data. PlayStation has your data. All these, GameStop has your data. Like, they still, for the kids, they still send me like, hey, the new video game is out, which I don't even play ever. Right? Because they have my data, Justin can be like, hey, Dad, this new video game is out. Can you buy it for me? He's got a job now. He's over now. But what I'm saying is, like, back then, that's how. And we don't have to go to Walmart to find out. You understand what I'm saying? So data is so much more important now than the actual loan, than the actual deal itself. Because those people are going to have kids. The kids are going to go to college. They're going to upgrade their home. They're going to downgrade their home. Okay? They're going to get investment properties. And I have investors I've done 4, 5, 6 transactions with this year because I have all their data. They don't need to reapply every time.
It makes it simple. So you got the data and then the nourishment together, because data and nourishment aren't necessarily synonymous. You can have someone's data and not know how to nourish them, but it sounds like once you have the right data, you nourish them the right way.
Correct. And you have to have a CRM, which is a customer relations management system, if I'm getting the acronym correctly. I don't know. So a CRM is a digital software that you put all your customers' information in, that's coded and protected and entrusted, right? And what it does is it nurtures that information for you. If it doesn't have the AI that will say happy birthday, Merry Christmas, and all that stuff, don't bother with it. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll give you a prime example. I'm married. I've been married for 11 years. If you want to stay married, you got to send your wife flowers. Why? Because you're going to screw up. Because you're a man. right? We're men. Okay?
Yeah, Sheriff Nat Glover calls that a goodwill investment.
There you go. So I always have a flower shop, okay? And so I was frustrated with one particular flower shop because it was 2 blocks away from my office and they wouldn't keep my card information. So every single time I had to go in there and give them my card. Or I have another flower shop right next to where I live now. They keep all my information. All I gotta do is say, this is Samir. They're like, okay, how'd you screw up this time?
Yeah.
Or is it her birthday? You know, is it Valentine's Day? What do you mean you told her you went on a trip last minute? How big is a bouquet, right?
Yeah.
And I'll spend X amount, it doesn't really matter how much it is, right? She gets fresh flowers. You're a woman, that makes you happy, right? Okay. There's a young lady behind here, on the camera here. I wish you could see her face. She's staring at me like my wife does. And then she gets flowers. Everybody's happy. They have my information. They charge my card. And I don't pay $20 for the flowers, but I'll pay the extra for the ease of which they give me the peace of mind of not having a pissed off wife. I'm not really paying for the roses. You understand what I'm saying? I'm paying for the ease of like, hey, I got stuck at the airport anniversary. All right, I'll double the roses. You understand?
Yeah.
That really happened, by the way.
I see the sincerity in your face.
I mean, she was just like, what? All right, I'll just double the roses. And then she put a nice bouquet together, and I had already like bought her a purse from the airport, had it delivered, so the flowers came at the same time. And then, you know, I was kind of forgiven, you know, for the next week or two, like a little bit, am I right? Right? I was kind of forgiven. But without my data, none of that is possible. So what I say all that to say that, like, you know, the customer, the ease of which you make the customer relate to you and pay for your services and go with you is how they'll say yes now. The sale is the process. That's the best way to say it. The sale is the process. If I tell the customer, hey, I'm going to go with, I want you to choose me, and I'm going to make this so easy for you, you're going to forget I'm there. But if I call you for the next 2 weeks, you'll be done. If you just pick up my call, make me a priority, and they listen, and it happens, and I deliver, that's the sale.
And that's very interesting what you just said. If I call you for the next 2 weeks and you pick up your call, because I know your company, a lot of loan officers like working with you, you know, and one of the reasons is you collect that data securely, and then you use that data to nourish, and you have one of those guarantees, which I don't know if you call it a guarantee.
I can't call it a guarantee.
But a lot of times you're able to close these things that takes 60 plus days for a lot of people in 2 weeks.
Our average turnaround time is 11 business days.
Wow.
Right? Now, it doesn't always happen, but it's a blessing to be able to say that. But that's because we focus on the process. And our process is so data-driven and process-driven and very detailed that we can deliver. I can honestly say that we deliver our average turnaround time is 11 days.
That's powerful. How long did it take you to get to that standard?
2.5 years. 2.5 years. We started with like 3.5 weeks, 3 weeks. Now it's 2.5 years. Yeah.
How are you able to do that?
A lot of failure, man. It's a lot of failure. I mean, I know how I want it to go, but it doesn't always start off that way. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even remember I talked to you earlier about setting up a webinar. I don't know anything about webinars. I knew that when I was back to being a mortgage broker, I was in retail. I knew what was wrong with the process in retail, which is speed. I'm like, I want to be the fastest. So I worked and acquired the software, acquired the knowledge. I literally I know other people that are closing even faster than 11 days. And I hit them up. I called them up, say, listen, what are you doing? And I saw what they were doing, and then some of the stuff I can't do because it's expensive. But some of the stuff I can do. So I might not be 7-8 days fast, but I worked my way up to be able to afford 11 days fast. You understand what I'm saying? Well, when I first started, I couldn't, I didn't have the money and the resources to just dump into everything all at once. So I just did little by little by little, which is the best way to grow.
And it seems like you also set the expectation up front,
100%.
and you put the earnest on them, because I imagine, just like any other type of industry that requires the collaboration with your customer, not just one time, but over collecting documents, even if you want to close in 11 days, if they're not picking up the phone or sending you what you need, there's only so much you can
100%.
do. So when you set that expectation and then you put that earnest on them,
There you go. Yes, sir.
if they don't pick up the phone, that's your reasonable
100%.
excuse.
100%. I mean, with me, it doesn't normally happen. But when it does happen, I tend to drop the client a little bit, because if they're not gonna help me help them, it's only going to end bad anyway. But, you know, I mean, after doing this for so long, they can see the urgency, you can hear the urgency in my voice, and I set the tone and the culture for the other members of my company to do the same. Where it's my processor, or my loan officer assistant, or whoever's calling on my behalf, there's going to be a sense of urgency because we're working hard on your behalf diligently. We need you to help work hard on your behalf too. That's pretty much how I approach it.
Okay, so before you can collect the data, before you can nourish them, before you can close them in 11 days, you got to get them.
Yeah.
How do you get the leads?
All referrals, right?
Okay, referral is the best lead you can get, but being that it's the best is not the easiest.
No, I mean, listen, I drove 4 hours to be here to be on this podcast because I'm 100% committed to promoting the company. I don't care who else, I've always promoted myself, promoted my team, promoted the process. Because it's not just me. I wish it was. I'm not that smart. I've never been. But what I can tell you is that I have a great team, and I'm down for promoting us and what we do because I really believe in it. I think that mortgage brokers are literally the vanguards of the American dream. Because if you don't buy a house or own any real estate, it's hard for you to achieve that American dream. Just owning something you can pass on to your children. Okay, so you know, I take it very, very seriously. I remember growing up with a single mom. I mean, we were very poor, lived in projects. Came down here for high school, South Florida. I remember when she bought her first house. It was I'm Haitian. I'm from Haiti. It was a huge deal. It was a huge deal. I remember when I had my own room. It was a huge deal, right? So I take pride in that. You know, I take a lot of pride in it. But yes, you're absolutely right. It's all referrals. It's all done by reputation. A lot of promoting, a lot of networking, and also past performance. You know, past performance, a combination of the CRM doing the work. Every month I get deals that didn't qualify 6 months to a year ago, sometimes 2 years ago. I got a client closing on Wednesday. I started with her 2 years ago.
Okay, so sounds like you're not the type of mortgage broker. And am I saying it right, mortgage broker? You're not the type of mortgage broker if they don't qualify immediately, out of sight, out of mind.
No.
You give them steps.
I give you options. And if you choose to do the work of getting whatever you need to get done, it's my obligation and duty to help you get into the home. You know, because you worked hard, you did what I asked you to do. It's like a doctor, man. Like if the doctor tells you to take the damn pill so you can heal, and you take the pill, he's like, all right, great, come on in. Let me see what we can do to get you healed. If you don't take the pill, you're fine.
Okay, so all right. So it's obvious if a loan officer is looking to get into this industry, they should align themselves with you. That's obvious.
100%.
All right.
I think. You want to order?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
You don't want any drinks, by the way? Any glass of wine or beer? Say that again. You want a 6 or a 9 ounce?
No beer. I'll have more water though, please.
Do you have Michelob?
Stella.
Stella.
You want to do any appetizers at the table?
You see anything you like in the appetizer section? Sure.
Just grilled shrimp. That'll do. I'm a cheap date.
And you are ready for entrees too?
You ready for entrees?
No entree.
You ready for entree?
I am.
Okay.
He's not done.
Oh, you said no entree, or are you not ready?
No entree.
He ate at what's the name?
I destroyed myself at Bucky's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to do the shaved ribeye with the side of sweet potato fries.
And I get the Chinese chicken salad.
I'm actually out of that tonight.
Golly.
Sorry.
Golly.
That, and also the roasted chicken and the chicken pot.
Okay. I'll get the RH burger. Thank you, sir.
Medium okay or medium or well done?
That's a meat. Make it well. Make it well.
Want any bacon or avocado?
Bacon and avocado. Thank you, sir.
You want side of fries?
No, I'm good.
Just a burger?
Yes, sir. Thank you. you had that Buc-ee's.
Oh, dude. I destroyed both of those sandwiches.
Okay, so obviously,
Yeah.
if somebody's a loan officer
Yeah.
and they're looking for a home or looking for a mentor, they should align themselves with you.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see me at Reno Loan King, Reno Loan King. And you can, that's my Instagram and TikTok. And you know what? I think my Facebook is just my name. My LinkedIn is just my name. My assistant knows this stuff and I don't, which is pretty sad. But
Oh yeah, did you send us the links?
yes.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, at Reno Loan King. That's where you can find me. If you just Google me, I've been doing this long enough that like they have stuff from like 2006 when I had like an internship program on Google, like a video of me in the news, which was amazing to me. But it was there, right? In Jacksonville too, right here in Jacksonville. So yeah, I mean, listen, get your mentor. If you want to hit me up, no problem. Mentor is so important. I still talk to the man that gave me my first job when I was 16 years old.
Wow.
In the mortgage business. Him and I are we're not like super close anymore, but we're super tight. I mean, he's like my big brother. He's 10 years older than me. If you talk to him, he's my daddy, but he's my big brother. And we're still cool. We still hang out every once in a while. And I everybody that helped me along the way, I'm still real cool with them. I still talk to them. Like we always bounce each other's ideas off of each other. People I've trained started their own company. They're super successful. My first LO, my company now, I trained her and hired her 5 years ago when she first started.
Wow.
Super successful. Nothing makes me more proud. She's actually having a baby next week. So I'm actually crossing my fingers because if she has a baby on November 2nd, it's the same birthday as my son. So it'll be pretty cool.
You want to be able to say y'all have something that in common? Yeah.
And then she also she has 3 girls, and she's having a boy finally.
Okay.
Which she was trying for. And I have all boys. I have 3 boys.
Oh, then the next is a girl.
Yeah, my wife's trying to hit me up for another baby right now, just jamming me up too, boy. And life is good, man. It's a blessing.
Oh yeah.
I don't take any of this stuff for granted.
Oh nah, man. You've always been somebody that had a. Thank you, appreciate it. You always been somebody that had a sense of gratefulness, jovialness.
Yeah.
If I can say.
Yeah, I'm
right?
grateful. Very grateful.
All right. So, loan officers out the way. What's the minimum threshold this day and age? And I don't know if it's a state by state thing, but what's the minimum threshold this day and age? I want to buy my first house. What should my income be? What should my credit score be? What should my debt to income ratio be? What can you share on that?
Well, this is what I'll tell everybody. When there's a will, there's a way, right? So everybody's like, what's my debt ratio? What should it be? Okay. You shouldn't worry about that. What you should worry about is how much house can I get for what I can afford? You know what you can afford. I don't care who you are. Based on how much money you make, you know what you can afford. Okay? Now, if you're underpaying rent or you're living with your parents, okay, you're gonna have to get used to paying rent. I mean, you're used to paying a mortgage, right? So I'm comfortable paying X. Whatever is above that comfort zone, your monthly payment should not be above that. If that monthly payment amount can't get you a house in the area that you live in, either move or don't buy it.
Yeah.
It's that simple. So that's the debt ratio part, right? The credit can be worked on. If you have a 550 score or higher, we can work with you.
Thank you.
Okay? Because there's certain things you can do to get your score higher. If it's below 550, you got a really large problem because you probably have just terrible credit. So you got to start paying stuff off. The days of like disputing everything and it disappears forever are gone. There's laws against it, like literal laws that were made against it.
Oh yeah, I think they put the burden of proof on the consumer now.
Put the burden of proof on the consumer. So all these credit, whatever agencies are like, oh, they'll get off your credit report. No, they can't. They can do it temporarily if they get lucky, but it will always come back. I've had loans in the past 2 years and they changed that law. While we're in the loan process, it popped up. There's a $25,000 repo on the credit report. What are you talking about? I'm staring at it right now.
What are you talking about? I'm staring at it right now.
There's no repo here. Samir, it popped up. Repo the credit. Repo the credit, sure enough, it's right there. And the last thing you want is an underwriter call saying there's a repo on your credit report that Samir didn't know about. 'Cause I'm screwed. At that point, like, what am I gonna do? Delete it? I can't delete it, right? You can't delete it either, so you're screwed. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you want to put yourself in a position where, If you know you have stuff to pay off, just pay it off. Like enough is enough. Settle. I can teach you how to do that. It's better to settle towards the end of the month when collection agencies want to make their numbers. I'll even tell you what to say. Okay, so the days of like those days are over. So credit score 550 or higher, we can work with it. Okay, affordability is a big issue in this country. Now, we live in Florida. Affordability is hard. I just like Detroit. Affordability is not hard there. You can get a mansion for like 500 grand. I mean, it looked like a mansion to me.
Oh yeah.
500
Nice
grand
house.
gets South Florida is a joke.
Oh yeah, you like a little cubby.
Yeah. Now there's a condo crisis going on right now where people are giving away their condos. So if you can withstand the high HOA fees for the next 2-3 years while they get their shit together, then yeah, you're not gonna have a problem. That's cursing and I'm actually trying really hard.
Oh no, it's all good.
But so it's just a different thing. But just know that like when it comes to BTI, you shouldn't worry about that. The question you should be asking yourself is what can I afford? How much can I afford monthly? And then that monthly will let me know how much buying power the most that you can handle, right? And then you work from there. I've had several people in the past 6 months move out of South Florida to North and Central Florida because I told them you're not going to afford a house down here. You might as well bounce. That's exactly what I told them. Because $400,000 or $500,000 is going to get you like a little 2-3 bedroom. You have kids. You have this. It's just not going to work, right? And not to mention, I just don't think you should pay 400 grand to go get shot at. You know what I mean? If you really want the drugs, you can just drive there. You don't need to like go outside. Hey, this crack. You know, like I'm being facetious.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? South Florida, don't get on me, okay? But I know y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get like a little closet for 400 grand, which is a joke. So, you know, you can still buy homes in Central Florida, great prices. Jacksonville, great prices. Tampa's expensive too, but it's just not as bad as South Florida.
Have you seen all the building that's happening in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm closing, is it 7 points?
5 Pines. Oh, 7 Pines.
I forgot the name of the development. I'm closing on one in like 4 days.
Okay.
One of my clients closed there. And then I closed another one in there last year too. It's pretty nice. I was just here for a closing 6 months ago. So it's pretty nice. So, no, a year ago now. But what I'm saying to you is, like, you can still find a lot of great places to live. It might be that you have to move. You know, like Texas has high property taxes. People don't talk about that. The homes are cheaper, but there's a lot higher property taxes. So your monthly payment ends up being the same. Okay. Georgia's a good place too, but Georgia has an income tax. Florida does not have an income tax. Like those are all things that you're gonna have to take into consideration. And I think like the new generation has access to so much information. The problem is you guys are watching YouTube videos of people that's never bought a home, sold a home, did a mortgage, know how to spell a mortgage. They're just regurgitating information and marketing the information. So they don't really know. You're not really like, it's just like people are like, you could become a real estate investor with no money. You can rent this house, you don't even have to own it. Really? Is that what you can really do? I doubt it, right? Now, have some people found a way to finesse their way into certain situations? Yeah. I mean, I had a client once that rented exotic cars and then re-rented them for more money and kept the difference.
Wow, that's
like,
powerful.
I'm like, what? Who the hell's got time to do this shit? You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot more creative than me.
Yeah.
But is that 99% of the people that you talk to? Absolutely not. Okay, so you should buy a real estate investment property before you buy a house that you live in. Of course you should. Most people cannot be landlords. Do you want to call at 11:30 at night because the pipes burst? What are you going to do then? What are you going to do when the tenant burns a hole in your roof? You know, what are you going to do when their kids, I don't know, put the trash all over the curb and they fine you $300 a day until you clean it up, and they never clean it up? Like, most people can't handle that. Most people can handle, I bought a home and I'm living in that sucker, right? That's what they can handle. Now, some people can handle being a landlord. Some people can handle getting calls. Some people can handle being an entrepreneur. Some people can, but what I'm saying to you is, when I say some people, is because most people can't handle hard.
And that's an interesting dynamic. I was just having a conversation with Dr. Purcell Sanders. He has a mobile chiropractic service up here in Northeast Florida, and we were talking about deadlifts, which there have been plenty of case studies that for men, deadlifts is one of the best workouts you can do. It increases your testosterone. It's the full body, but per the conversation with Dr. Purcell, which is my cousin, he said that's not the advice he gives people because he knows most people don't know how to deadlift right.
Absolutely.
So does your advice, do you steer toward the most people realm because you know that most people can't do it, or do you pay attention to the conversation and say, all right, this is one of those 1%ers?
No, some people are, if somebody calls me like, listen, I want to buy a house as an investment property, fantastic. All right, so you want to be a landlord. All right, have you owned property before? Yes or no? No. Okay, great. Now, I ask hard questions, okay? I mean, most people think I'm a dick, but it happens, right?
Do they think or they know?
They probably know.
Okay, go ahead.
Right? So I'll ask them, okay, what are you going to do when your tenant calls you at 11:30 at night because the pipes burst? Can you handle that?
What's the first thing you're going to do?
Can you handle those types of calls? Are you married? You have children? Okay. When you have to stop what you're doing because some kid set your house on fire, are you going to be able to handle those calls? Yes. Okay, you're ready to be a landlord. If you're not ready to handle 8:30 at night call because the refrigerator stopped working and you have to replace the refrigerator, you should not be a landlord. And I'm going to know the minute you don't study. If I tell you go deadlift that weight and you stutter, you're not ready for that weight.
Got it. So you got to ask the right questions, and then go from there.
Now, if I tell you to do a lower weight that you are comfortable with, you're going to walk right over and do it.
Oh yeah, you're not even going. That's a matter of fact. That's a good analogy. Because if I'm looking at that weight on the ground and you tell me to deadlift, there's a certain way I'm going to approach that weight when I feel like it's doable. But if I look at it. And then look back at you.
That's a problem. You stutter.
And all truths are parallel.
That's the truth, right? So, and that's crazy because and it's funny because people, even my wife will hear me like, Samir, like, why would you talk to him like, well, wait a minute, hold on. I'm not going to tell you, go get a rental property, go get a rental property. And then you call me like after you close, you're like, damn, they're calling me like every week. What do I do? Right? That's what most people will do. They'll just say, buy it. Yes, great idea. Oh. You're a genius. But, in the end, I gotta tell you the weight and see if you're willing to lift it. Right? The easiest way to lift is you buy the house, you live in it. You get used to the expenses. You get used to the pipes bursting. You get used to paying for the AC breaking down when you live in it. You get used to that expense, right? And then now you're like, okay, no problem. So then when somebody else calls you, you're like, okay, no problem. Refrigerator's down, no problem. Let me call Lowe's. I get a used one, whatever, get delivered, whatever to you, right? Now you have that experience underneath your belt. You understand what I'm saying? It's a different process. You're not going to skip past hard because you think it's easy, or skip past easy. You got to go through that process mentally for you to get there. And then some people have parents that are landlords. They have uncles that are landlords, mentors that are landlords. So they're used to it. Like, I'm used to all that. Okay, no problem. No stutter. You lift in the weight. Boom. Let's get started.
That's powerful. Okay, so you have somebody that's buying a house to live in it.
Yeah.
And somebody that's buying a house as an investment. We know you ask hard questions, but what questions should a person who's buying their personal home or buying investment ask their mortgage broker? And are those questions the same?
Yeah, it's usually down payment. So what a lot of people do, which I advise strongly because they check for this stuff now, and they're using AI software to do it. They say they're going to live in it, and it's really an investment property. So now if you don't homestead it, or if you put it up for rent, the mortgage companies have AI that will search your address, okay, to see if you put it up for Airbnb or rental.
Wow.
And if they do, they will accelerate the loan.
And tell people what accelerate the loan means.
That means they'll demand for the loan to be paid off. Okay? So don't do it.
You wanted an overview?
So the main thing is going to be the down payment. If you live in it, generally the minimum down payment is 3.5% or 3%. And then if you don't live in it, an investment property down payment is at least 20 to 25%. So that's the difference.
All right. So you ask, what's the down payment?
No, I don't ask anything. I say, great.
Oh, I mean, what they ask you.
Yeah, they'll say what the down payment is. Like, no, this is what I tell them. This is my call for everybody, okay? It's 100% my call for everybody. Hey, how are you? Whatever. Okay, I want to buy investment property. Okay, do you own a property now? No. I give them the weight, see if they lift it. Listen, all right. I'm not trying to discourage you, but I just want you to understand what you're walking into. But either way, I'm going to send you a link, no matter what they say. I'm going to send you a link, fill it out, upload your documents, and my team's going to see how best we can help you. It always leads to that.
Is there a question that somebody should ask their mortgage broker that if he or she, that mortgage broker, don't know off the top of their head that they should run?
Their process. That means it sucks.
What's your process?
Yeah. Right. Look, you'll talk to people that have nightmare, like 2 or 3 months closing, because the person that they're got with didn't know the process. Or something went severely wrong, right? Whether it's value or the income or whatever. But it just shouldn't take, like, listen, I talked to a lender today. Told me it's going to take them 4 days in underwriting. I said, I can't do business with you anymore. I can't take 4 days to give my people an answer. I can't.
What's your process?
My process is very simple. Hey, how are you? Thanks for whoever referred me. Thanks for the realtor. You're in great hands with that person. What we do is very, very simple. You're going to love it. We have a totally digital process. I'm going to send you a link. You're going to upload you're going to fill everything out. The software is going to tell you what documents we need. You're going to upload those documents. And then my team and I will reach out to you within the next 24 to 48 hours of receiving them and let you know exactly what we can do for you. Then we're going to email you a pre-approval letter where you will actually have it pre-approved because we've reviewed your documents.
Okay.
The system automatically sends the document out to the realtor. It sends it out to them. That's an actual pre-approval. Do we pull your credit? Absolutely we do. We don't do soft pulls for the most part because soft pulls don't give us a complete picture of all your debts, right? We want a real approval. So that way no debt pops up that kills you so that after you get into under contract. That's just the real secret between why we do close so fast. We do all the work before you get a contract.
What's the difference between a soft pull and a hard pull?
A soft pull doesn't give you a hard inquiry on your credit report. Generally is one bureau, and it estimates your score for that one bureau, and it only gives you the debts on that one bureau. But the problem is some debts don't report to all 3 bureaus, and some debts refer to just 1 bureau or 2 bureaus, right? And like cars usually like Experian. Okay? It might not appear on Equifax and TransUnion, right? Because there's a fee for reporting to each bureau per account that the creditor pays. Sometimes they don't pay all 3. Sometimes they only pay 1. Sometimes they only pay 2. So when we pull all 3, there's always something that pops up, and it's usually negative, like a collection or something. I don't know why, but it usually nothing ever pops up good.
Yeah, like hey.
$5 million in savings. Hey guys.
Hey, look what popped up.
The lottery numbers. Oh, we will do. It's never freaking good.
Yeah.
And then plus, like, I just like to be thorough. The whole soft credit pull thing is a great way for people to bring in clients and bring their data into the system. But I like to be thorough. Now, somebody insists on doing a soft pull. There's generally a reason for it, and I honor it. But we're also not in the credit pulling business. We don't pull your credit until we talk to you. Okay? It costs to pull credit a lot. It's tripled in the past year, actually. So it's not like I'm in a hurry to gain that bill, right? If anything, we talk to you first, see where you're at, and then we pull your credit.
And that's one of those counterintuitive things about life, right? For example, people say you should never borrow. Well, if you know what you're doing,
you should.
Borrowing is a tax-free way to get hold of money.
But it's funny because the same very well-off people are like, well, we should never borrow. The people that are telling you not to buy a house to live in have rental properties for you to rent.
So that counterintuitive thing to me sounds like if a lot of people feel like if I'm talking to a mortgage broker and they're okay, which it sounds like if somebody insists, you're okay with it, but counterintuitively, it sounds like in this scenario, a hard pull is what you want.
Absolutely. I mean,
And we've been taught to avoid hard pulls as consumers.
no, you want to avoid a bunch of hard pulls.
Okay.
Right, but you're allowed to, even if you're going to multiple lenders, if you're going to 2 or 3 lenders, we're a federally regulated business. We're going to tell you the same thing. People that go to 10 different lenders, that's when it hurts your credit. If you go to a car dealership, first of all, if you go to a car dealership, you should walk in with financing. If you have a credit union, use your credit union financing. But the minute you give them your credit information, they're going to pull it 15 times.
Yeah.
And it's automatic. You should tell them, if you pull this 15 times, I'm going to sue you, or I'm not going to buy this car, because it's automated. Now, if you walk in with financing already, they have no reason to pull your credit, but then they also don't make money on the financing. So that then they'll know you're serious. I'm going to give you one shot, one credit pull from one person to beat this interest rate. If that you choose to do so, if you tell them that, they have to abide by it. And some people that just give them the information, then they can have an 800 credit score. They can pull 8 times, 15 times. It crushes their score.
Yeah.
Crushes their score. So, but me, like I said, like I'm not in the credit pulling business. So I tell people that all the time. You know, my LOs, my loan officer assistant, my processor, we're not in the credit pulling business at all. Okay, like it's not something that we do, but we do it because it's necessary, right? And when I give you a pre-approval letter, my name means something. Like when realtors put an offer in with my name on it, the realtor will call me. They'll know my social media. They see I'm serious about this. I do this full time, not part time. I'm not like winging it. You know what I mean? I used to do it part time when I had to work full time to pay my bills.
Yeah.
I get it. What I'm saying is, this is all I do.
Yeah.
Right? So they know it's serious. They know that I've looked at their stuff, and it will take something big to happen for the loan not to go through, because there's a lot of revenue that comes in, and people's lives depend on it. The homeowners depend on it because they get a house. Realtor's livelihood, the title company's livelihood, our livelihood. So I take it very, very serious.
That's powerful. If I'm somebody that is looking for a new career, and I want to be a positive impact, helping people move into their first home or second, third home, or being that go-to person for investors, how do I get a loan officer's license?
Okay, so just go online, just Google loan officer license in whatever state you're in. You can do the state. You can do the most state courses are this. It's a NAC. You have to register with the NMLS. So you just Google NMLS, mortgage loan officer. It'll take you. You got to register there. Start the application process, and then it's one national test now. No matter what state you're in, it's usually like $300 for the course, including all the materials, and you do it online.
How long is the course?
It's how long you make it.
Okay, so it's not one of those courses where you have to study for a specific amount of hours.
It's not study. You just got to be in that course for 24 hours.
Okay, so it's a 24-hour course.
Yeah.
And then you take the exam. You can take the exam as many times as you want.
The school exam as many times as you want. But some schools, like if you take it 3 or 4 times and you fail, you got to take the class again.
Okay.
But like, I mean, there's like quizzes, chapter tests, or like a half test, you know, every 3 or 4 quarters or whatever. There's a bunch of stuff. Like the test is really like you memorizing the questions.
Okay, so 24-hour class, you take the class test, and do you have to take another proctored test?
Yeah, you take the state test.
Okay.
Your state.
Okay.
Okay,
But
and-
once you take that state test, it's reciprocal. It sounds like what you're saying.
It's not reciprocal to all the states. So what'll happen is you don't have to. It used to be a state test and a national test, but now it's just a national test, and then you get your state license. Right? And if you want to apply for other states, depending on the state you're in, some states are reciprocal and some states are not.
Okay, so boom. I watched this podcast, or I listened to it. I took my 24-hour course.
Yeah.
I passed the class test. I passed my state proctored exam. Should I immediately start applying for multiple states, or stick with?
No, stick with your one state, because there's going to be a fee per state, and there's a renewal fee every year per state. Okay, so like Florida, the fee is $225 or $250. I think it's $300. I don't remember. I just pay the stuff. I don't memorize it. Okay, but every year it's $300
To renew.
Every year is $300 to renew. Some states, like California, it's like $900.
Yeah.
$1,000. You know, the higher the loan amount, the higher the fee.
Got it. So Don't immediately start picking up states. Probably only wait until you have a customer in that state.
Yeah, just stay with the state you're in first.
Okay.
Right? Just get accustomed to it. Get a job where you can learn. You know, a lot of LOs, like, they're like, I want to get paid, I want to get paid. Yeah, but you don't know anything yet. You don't have any customers. The one skill that is more important than anything else is getting customers. If you don't learn how to acquire clients, you're screwed. You can have all the guidelines in the world. Go be a processor. Go be an underwriter. They get salary. But loan officers get paid to get clients.
Got it. And of course, your number one referral source is your number one source of getting clients is referrals, which is the best referral source and lead source you can get. But let's say I don't have that reputation that Samir
Well,
has.
you have to start building it. So, you know, you're going to have to, you know, start with your warm market, see who wants a house, and, you know, who wants to trust you and take a risk because you're new, right? And then make sure that your process is sound. But your first loan, especially if you first start out, great. They're gonna talk about you to everybody. Every first-time home buyer I talk to gives me like 5-10 referrals. Every single one that I close gives me 5 to 10 referrals. Number one, I ask for them. I ask for referrals.
Explicitly.
Yeah, I don't mess around. Beginning, middle, and end of the process. Okay, I ain't too proud to beg, right? And the second part is I just try to do a great job. You know, you connect with the people, they're gonna trust you. So, like, my referrals come from warm market, networking, my CRM, my reputation, and then past clients. And I nurture every one of those relationships. Look at even what I'm doing with you, right? We're reconnecting, and this might lead to business. It might not. The exposure in itself is going to lead to business. Okay?
I'm definitely going to send you some mortgage
See what I'm
leads.
saying? See what I'm saying? So what I'm saying though is, like, without that reconnection, without that trust, the reason my company's name is Public Trust Mortgage. We focus on trust, right? Our process is sound so people can trust us. Now, the minute something happens and our process has to be deviated from, I lose my mind, okay? Because that's the whole point of the process. But if that doesn't happen, I'm not doing enough deals. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not failing every once in a while. I'm not doing enough deals.
You're not doing nothing.
You're not doing nothing, right? I tell people, like, if you don't have any haters, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I conduct the Samir Sucks orchestra, right? I always tell people, like, listen, we're doing our best. Then we close, everything's happy. Everything's happy. Something always comes up. Like, we have a deal now for the business owner. There's no online record of his business. So the lender is like, what are we doing? So I had to literally go get a CPA letter and all this other stuff, track down his tax returns, and make the CPA happy, and then the CPA wrote a letter for him, and then we're done.
I'm glad you just said that because, you know, we are rated in the top 10% for podcasts for business owners and entrepreneurs in the nation. And that is an interesting thing you just broached. Sole proprietor or a business owner. Now, this person is a legitimate business. You know, he or she might have a Gmail account, but they do business and they make money and they work at it full time.
I agree.
How does this person, somebody who has revenue, how do they establish themselves as a bona fide business as it relates to mortgage brokers and underwriters?
Okay, well, first you got to get a Google listing. That's number one. Right? Number two, you got to get a business account and or get an account in your name where you put all your business revenue in. You can't be like some here, some there, some here, some there, because then it looks sporadic, right? It's got to be consistent, okay? But what I'm saying though is, like, there's always a way. Does that make sense? Yeah. We just have to be more creative in how to get there. And, you know, I work with lenders where I can call the underwriter. And, you know, like, hey, listen, this is what's going on. Tell me what's making you uneasy about this, right? What's the real issue? Tell me what the real issue is. Samir, I went online, I couldn't find his business. Gotcha. Okay, what's gonna make you feel better about it? Well, can we get a letter from the CPA? Done.
What does the CPA say in that instance?
Oh, it's his CPA.
Okay,
got it. Taxes for X years, right? He's a sole proprietor, he owns 100% of his business for X years.
So, would an income tax not do?
No, because it's not a full doc program, it's a bank statement program. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying to you is, on those, there's lots of alternative programs. So when there's a will, there's a way, right? My job is to find the way if you have the will.
Okay. So all right. So how much leverage or influence does a broker have on an underwriter?
I'm different. A lot. But I'm different.
Is that not typical?
No. I mean, I know how to. I mean, I was raised by two women, man. I know how to ask. You know, I'm not going to pressure the person to do something they're not comfortable with. My job is to make you feel better about the situation, not argue with you to death. You know, but then again, there's sometimes when the underwriter is wrong. So I'm like, listen, I totally understand, but I'm probably going to go to your manager on this one. Is that okay? I'll tell them, and they 100% of the time say okay. Versus me trying to go over their head and talking shit about them. But I'm talking shit about them. Like, listen, your underwriter and I are in an impasse. Let me tell you what I think their point of view is. Let me tell you what my point of view is. And maybe you can help us resolve this. That's my approach. Like, we're not here, like, I'm not here to combat these people. I'm here to help them help me get to where we all want to go. Because believe me, they want the business.
Is there anything that I did not ask you that I should have?
Nah, brother, like, you know, listen, man, first of all, I'm very happy that you're doing, like, super proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Always have been. You already know that. Every time I call you, we talk about what, once or twice a year.
Oh yeah, with like at least an hour.
You know what I'm saying? We always catch up.
Yeah.
So like you're one of the very few people that I like truly like kick it with and still talk to out of Jackson.
Yeah, huh?
And just keep growing, keep getting better, man. This isn't even about me. Me being here is not even about me. It's an honor to help you help me, bro.
Yeah.
Like always will be, always have been.
Samir, my man. Once again, tell everybody who are you, how they can get in touch.
Yes, sir. My name is Samir. You can reach me at Maignan, Public Trust Mortgage. We're in South Florida. You can reach me at Reno, Reno, loanking.com. That'll reach you right to my application. Or just go to my social media and just subscribe. Hit that like button a few times. It'll help me out. Sure, we're trying to grow that.
How about it, man? Once again, this has been another episode of the Entreprenudist Podcast, a place to hear real entrepreneurs and business owners bear it all. Don't forget to check out the show notes to get all of Samir's links. Don't forget to check out the show notes to watch us live in full melatonin color. And did I say that? Melanin.
There you go. Melanin.
Sleepy color. But Entreprenudist Podcast, and thank you. And just in time for the food.
There you go.